This is a devotional by Evan Morgan, Divinely Aligned. Based on Romans 11:33. Oh, the depths of the riches of the wisdom and knowledge of God, how unsearchable his judgments, and his paths beyond tracing out. I was deeply troubled and woke in the night to pace the floor and pray. Frankly, my attitude was not one of prayerful submission to God, but one of questioning and anger. Finding no release, I sat and stared out a large window at the night sky. I was unexpectedly drawn to focus on Orion's belt. Those three perfectly aligned stars, often visible on clear nights. I knew just enough about astronomy to understand that those three stars were hundreds of light years apart. I realized the closer I could be to those stars, the less they would appear to be aligned. Yet, from my distant perspective, they looked carefully configured in the heavens. At that moment, I realized I was too close to my life to see what God sees. In his big picture, everything is in perfect alignment. The Apostle Paul, as he completes a summary of the ultimate purposes of God, breaks into a hymn of praise. His words lift our gaze to our sovereign God, whose ways are beyond our limited ability to understand or trace. Yet the one who holds all things together in the heavens and on earth is intimately and lovingly involved with every detail of our lives. Even when things seem confusing, God's divine plans are unfolding for our good and for God's honor and glory. The love of God is greater far than tongue or pen can ever tell. It goes beyond the highest star and reaches to the lowest hell. The guilty pair bow down with care. God gave his Son to win. His erring child he reconciled and pardoned from our sin. O love of God, how rich and pure, how measureless and strong, it shall forevermore endure, the saints and angels' song. When years of time shall pass away, and earthly thrones and kingdoms fall, when man who here refuse to pray on rocks and hills and mountains call, God's love so sure shall still endure, all measureless and strong, redeeming grace to Adam's race, the saints and angels' song. O love of God, how rich and pure, how measureless and strong, it shall forevermore endure, the saints and angels' song. Could we with ink the oceans fill, and were the stars of parchment made, were every stalk on earth a quill, and every man a scribe by trade, to write the love of God above, would drain the oceans dry, nor could the scroll contain the whole, though stretched from sky to sky. O love of God, how rich and pure, how measureless and strong, it shall forevermore endure, the saints' and angels' song.